Ryan,
conversation.
Are you ready? Are you ready to go?
Hey, it's a fog door. Are we gonna fight a Dark Souls boss?
You know it. No, we've been through that door already.
Hey, these are nice steps. I like these steps.
Yeah,
Here before.
yeah. This place is cool.
That's the thing. Some of the environment design, like this is one of the things that makes me happy that they were starting to lean more into action games because their set piece design make me want to. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing God of War, you're like I want to fight in this surrounding. Like some of these settings, just I want to.
Also, hey everyone, welcome back to Paj-anime. Final Fantasy X.
Doctor Strange is here apparently. Yeah, this really reminds me of the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I think it's actually Kingdom Hearts stuff now is more than I'm seeing it. It's like meant to be in universe with some of this stuff. Like obviously because there's characters, but who do you think it's going to be, Cal?
I know who it is.
Who's going to get voted out this week on Survivor?
Who do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be Waka.
Okay.
I think Waka's been otherwise pretty useless, and I think that Waka's death can motivate Steve to better get victory.
Yeah. If we have to choose, who do you want to pick?
I mean, can I choose Yuna?
No, you can't choose Yuna. Yuna has to be there to summon.
It is an inevitable part of Spira's destiny. It is never ending.
I'll have to think about it.
Never ending?
We have to choose.
You're gonna have to think about it pretty quick, Ryan.
If we atone for our crimes, sin will stop coming back, yeah? Someday it'll be gone, yeah?
Yeah, eventually the devil leaves. You just have to, like, admit that you have sinned. Thank you, Father.
This cannot be.
But it
they just realize that there's actually no way that they can get rid of sin through the methods.
It's been our
permanently.
So I feel so. Listen, I have a question for you. Is this just like humanity? We'll get. You know what? I'm gonna wait to get to that question.
We'll have time. Trust me.
A little bit. Yes.
However tragic it might be.
No!
Where is the
well, it has to be Steve after that yell.
Well, Steve and young Orin.
No, I mean that's the sacrifice.
Jack believed in Braska and gave his life.
Besides, Steve isn't real, so is it really a sacrifice?
Yes.
Dream Boy can just go.
They chose to die.
It's not. He's as real as Pinocchio is, man. Fuck you. That's not real.
He's a real boy. What do you mean?
No. He
also, check this shit out. Viggo Morgenstein. Boom, Orin. Young Orin just got fucked up.
Yevon's teachings and the final summoning give the people of Spira hope. Without hope, they would drown in their sorrow.
So yeah, Unaleska just told everyone that everything's bullshit.
Now choose.
Like, they'll keep Sin away for like 10 years or whatever, but there's no way to get rid of it forever using the final summoning. It'll never work.
So she could be hiding information too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the public was under the impression.
But yeah.
Well, no, she's the founder of this religion, dude. She was the first one to do it. She started this.
Yeah,
cycle.
but I mean, in the universe, there could be. We're sitting around looking. We're in the universe now, right here, around it. We're in space.
Gladly died.
Picard's out there somewhere. We just got to call him in queue, then we'll get this done.
Yeah.
Gladly died.
We need John Delancey up in this bitch.
Oh, John Delancey's so good.
Is a false tradition that should be thrown away.
Why did you have to bring John? Man, can we get a Final Fantasy game with John Delancey?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Sacrificed himself to give that hope to the people.
I'd play that.
So
he's the mentor and you get to be the player character. I'd like that.
Wrong.
Yep.
My father wanted to make Spiro's sorrow go away.
Go away.
For a time.
Covered up with lies.
But it's always a lie.
Sorrow cannot be abolished. It is meaningless to try.
My father, I loved him.
I mean, we would assume so.
I will live with my sorrow. I will live my own life. I will defeat sorrow in his place. I will stand my ground and be strong.
This music, I can't. Oh.
I don't know when it will be, but someday I will conquer it.
Yeah, this is one of the more iconic tracks for sure.
Not iconic in a good way.
Poor creature. You would throw away hope.
It was too campy for me for what Yuna was saying.
I will free you.
Oh yeah, I mean, but the music part was fine. It was the dialogue that was the issue.
Merging of them together.
Yeah, but like,
understand
the symptom.
They don't know what they're making. They don't know at all. They think they're making something they're not making. This is like the Room situation here.
Nice doggy, haha.
I mean, bad in a different way though. You know what I mean? Like they think they're making a Disney epic. They're making something.
What about
that's
this
really
music,
ridiculous
Ryan?
instead.
And be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow.
I thought that my TV was glitching out the first time I saw this when I was a kid.
Okay, Michael Bay showed up to direct this camera shot.
Yeah, I thought my TV was fucking up because it was a CRT, right? This was like really obnoxious.
Yeah, see, that's another Japan tactic. Look how it's a Kojima move.
We're gonna fight Lady Unalesca.
Let's be really obnoxious and insult the player. It always works.
You can always run.
Of course, even when the static camera zooms in, we still get her boobs first. Fuck.
Not if I ran away.
That's also a Kojima move, right?
Yeah. No, Kojima does butt into boobs usually.
It's like the delivery on something. Death, yeah.
Thoughts exactly.
This is kind of epic though, except for the camera.
Yuna.
Although the static moving makes me think more.
Now let's see this
whose story really is it?
Steve. It's my story, Ryan. It's our story.
No, it's not.
It means my story, and I'm teaching it to you.
He was actually talking to us.
Also,
it's our story.
Are you fucking ready? 24,000 health? That's not that bad.
Is this the end boss?
No.
Oh, right. No, you said no.
Not even close.
It's like we'd have to go back, yeah. It has an end boss feel.
It does, a little bit.
It's an end boss fake out. Did you think this was the end boss when you first played?
I thought it was possible, but I always assumed that Sin would be the end boss, right?
Yeah, but Sin takes all kind of forms. Also, the game was starting to get weird enough with the cameras. Like for me, I would have been like, see the static and the camera shifts. You know how I picked up on the dream stuff? Like when those are little directing styles that usually imply like something deeper, right? Like that's how the Matrix did it. That's how you knew in like early parts of the movie The Matrix, right? Like something was up. There's like this isn't. There's like glitches or something, right? Like you can just see them just a little bit. And like sometimes people just ignore that or go, oh, that's just part of the movie. But I'm like, nah, that's something.
Yeah. You're also
so like I'm just saying that wouldn't have shocked me then if there was no Sin boss, or if like there's an ending that's like, hey, now we've unplugged, or now, you know what I mean? Like there's stuff going on with Steve that I'm like, there could be some anime bullshit here to explain it all away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when it has a history of referencing Kojima stuff. By not intentionally, but I mean like by being a Japanese game and doing anime things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the camera angle on the tits, or what else was the one we were talking about that I just talked about that they did?
Vulnerable to holy magic. Oh, I don't have any of that though. That was a big one, wasn't it? Also, I like how the camera just got covered up by that fucking whatever the shit that thing was. That rock. Yeah, she's like, oh, here we go. Here's a rock.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, pissing the player off. Like intentionally putting the player in piss you off situations, just to be like, hey.
Oh, okay. That's why haste isn't working. She's fucking de-hasting.
Or I guess you could word that intent. Manipulating player expectation.
Wait, didn't I just block silence? Am I an idiot? I thought I just... Do I not have echo screens? Game?
Uh-oh. There it is, right there, 40.
I cast it on Orin by accident instead of on Yuna.
Or, you know, making a game that's a sequel and making it seem like you're using the character everyone wants to play as the main character, and then making the entire rest of the game, after like 2 hours, an entirely different main character that nobody likes.
Ryan, who would ever do that?
Anime would. That's the thing, like sometimes you'd actually hear like creators of some of these games, right, like writers and stuff, say like, and they talk about how they wanted to make the player character like bad. They wanted people to dislike them because they wanted the experience of playing the game to be tolerating a bad character, because like they would theme stuff. It's like there's a part of me that's like, you know what I mean, from like, they're like, films do this stuff sometimes, right? But films can sometimes get away with this stuff because they're 2 hours long. Right? Like the factual reality is you got to stick with the characters you're playing as in a game, especially games like this, for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So even if they're trying to do a dramatic take or like trying to say something about having an annoying character or a shitty character or a character that isn't relatable or like you don't want to play as, right? It's essentially annoying to the player, like literally and bad, right? The problem with that is that we're not like, we might tolerate that for like an hour or two or for a period of time and be like, okay, whatever, they're trying to do something with it. But at a certain point, it starts to grind on you, right? Like you're like, no, I want to spend time with a good character for a little bit, please. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
No, I got you.
I'm not saying this game's necessarily doing that. I'm just saying like the Metal Gear Solid 2 role of that.
Yeah, no,
that's one of my biggest problems with Metal Gear Solid 2 is that I really don't think, like we all know Raiden's a bad character, but like after the haha Dark Souls moment of that, like the fuck you, right? You're like, oh wait, but now I got to play the rest of this game as this fucking character. Oh no, like, you know, the Rose and him bit are Steven Yeun levels. I'd say that's
oh
what
yeah,
it reminds me
100%. Well, you made that like realization, and that had like dawned on me for the first time, where I was like, oh god, he's totally right.
Right, and that's another area where it's ripping Kojima, not intentionally, but like these are just similar areas where they.
Well,
they're
no,
trying
I
to
mean
do
this was
things that are
first,
just like,
so or no, these were the same year.
Yes.
So yeah, like,
yeah, they were. Yeah.
Those are close enough
But, I mean,
together with releases.
the
that
anime
was
games
done.
were doing this shit at that time. This is the type of stuff that these stories were getting into, and it's like, I'm pretty sure, like that's the thing. That's one of the things I like about Kingdom Hearts most. I think is that it depending on obviously your take, but I think that the three main characters, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, are fun to be around. Like they don't really like Sora sometimes has weird relationship stuff like Steve does with another child character, but they don't go so deep into it because they're so young, right? So they kind of build that over time. So you don't get so many Days of Our Life scenes like this was, right? Instead, you get like you still get a bunch of anime scenes with music and stuff, right? But but it's like it's a situation where it instead feels like a situation where it's just Sora, Donald, and Goofy like not bro duding it completely FF15 style, but like exactly, just like D&D party, and it's like hey, we're having a good time, we're checking out all these worlds, let's do it. And it's like okay. That's more Disney, right? I'm more by that where it's like this isn't amazing, but inoffensive, right? It's fine. Yeah. It's a totally serviceable way to as an engagement for this universe. And if you like any of those characters, Donald and Goofy especially, right? Because you're the Disney fandom. Yeah. And I'm not a super Disney fan, but I don't mind Donald or Goofy. Those were two of my favorite. Donald, Goofy, and Mickey have always been the Disney characters. I'm like okay, they're all right, they're tolerable. Yeah. This is the introduction to bosses with multiple health bars, by the way. Final, like multiple they're like the Bugs Bunny or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the staples of a universe that I'm like, yeah they're easy to look at. They're not hard to relate to. They're basic. Anyway. Yeah, so we just got hit by this fucking... Yeah, having playable characters that are enjoyable, actually a big part of these games, in my opinion. Something that I still feel like Square gets wrong. Although I like the playable characters in FF15. They're fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I agree. I mean, I haven't played all of that game, but like on this, the like 5 hours or whatever I did play that, I know we're probably gonna do that for this feature at some point. But it was fine. I agree. I'm not saying I want to hang out with those dudes all the time, but I'm saying like those are the type of dudes once every few weeks you might be like, oh, let's go to the bar and hang out with those dudes. You know? They're good for a good night every once in a while. Yeah. The boys, if you will. That's basically what they are. Yeah. You got camera dude, you got geeky nerdy dude, you got tough, you got the MMA fighter dude. They're just all into different fandoms. Yeah, absolutely. But they're still all into anime. That's the truth. What do you think their favorite anime is? What do you think? Yeah, here we go. Dragon Ball Z. One. Okay, characters in this game. What anime does Oren watch? Also, yes, that's what. Absolutely, all the crew of FF15's favorite anime are Dragon Ball Z and Bleach. That's all they watch, actually, 100%. Yes. They've seen them all on loop. Sorry, they also watched that other one that was like that, but in mechs. Again, it basically has to be themes of charging up and getting more powerful. Yes, there you go. They watch do Charges in Gundam? I haven't watched that. No, they'd also watch Naruto. No, not all of them. No, the only one of them will watch Naruto, the camera guy, because he seems the youngest. Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. Yeah. Anyway, in this game, Oron, I'd say Oron 100% has only watched Akira and then modeled his entire life after the violence in that movie. That seems to be... That was, you know, because he had a big moment that changed him, and he was like, I can relate to this. Yeah. I haven't actually ever watched Akira, so I'll have to take your word for it. It's one movie, and it's gory and silly, and there's lots of anime, and it's Japan. You'll like it if you like that type of stuff. It's dark. It's grimdark. You will. Yuna. What would Yuna's favorite anime be? I don't know. Yuna's? Man, I don't know enough. Like anime? Wait. Okay, what about the one with zombies in high school? That seems like a right up her alley. You know? Maybe. I don't know anything about those animes. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah. So like, but yeah, like. Also, I know Steve's already, so Steve's One Piece. Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that. That just seems it's a quirky pirate show, and Steve seems to be quirky out of place. That's just him. Yeah, you're right. Steve lives also the narration. Steve's like modeling himself after that main character. Steve
Luffy
really
or whatever
badly
his name
wants to
is?
be the guy. Steve's finning it up, but he hasn't hit that transcendent point where he changes. So he's still trying to be the hero, even though nobody needs it, and technically he's not even there, right? So
Yeah. No, I don't.
that's the worst thing about it, man. Imagine being the hero that doesn't even really exist.
I don't buy that
Man.
logic line at all.
Fuck.
He's real.
I guess that's every hero, though, right? Because you're either the hero,
Or you live
you
long enough
die,
to see
or
yourself become the villain.
Damn it! I totally
Is
fucked
that
it
what you
up.
were going for? Was that bit?
Yeah.
You dicks.
Okay, Riku's favorite anime, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Riku's? Yeah.
Because
No,
she likes machines.
Riku's is Pokemon.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, you think Pokemon instead? Okay.
Yeah,
You go
100%.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, you know what? Maybe give Lulu Pokemon or no, Lulu would be one with no. There was that one that had the. No, Lulu doesn't prefer an anime series. Lulu's favorite anime is Persona 4. She just plays that on Lulu.
4? Okay, I haven't seen anything out of 4, so
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, it has that bear, the talking bear, and she has the doll. So I'm just like, you know what? What's the most dolly thing? And she's a Persona person.
Okay.
100%. Kamari doesn't watch anime. He just watches He-Man.
Yeah, okay.
By the power of grace. And Waka. Was there a sports anime?
Oh,
That's gotta
there's
be it,
definitely
right?
one. There's that one that I don't know what the fuck the premise behind this one was. Or I can't remember what it's called, but there's one where it's literally just it's like women who are trying to like knock each other. It's like a sport, but they have to hit each other with their butts and their boobs, and like knock each other into water or something. Oh, dude, this is a thing. I promise you, this is a real thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's like a sport where they have to like knock each other, and they have like signature attacks and moves and shit. Because of course they do, right? I'm trying to remember what the fuck that thing's called, but it's like.
Like if I didn't have to pick an anime, maybe Steve would instead be Harry Potter, because like Steve just reminds me so much of the kid that was like watching those Harry Potter. He's like, one day I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna win a Quidditch match. And you're just like, oh, Steve, man, you really aren't so bright, are you, bud? It's fake, Steve. It's fake. Like those
the Kool-Aid,
kids.
Steve. Yeah.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I know people who've been like that. I know someone who will remain nameless who thought that they would get a letter and everything. You know what I mean?
Was it Shane?
Like they told me, no, but they thought that they would get a letter and everything. And I'm just like, I laughed and like, are you being rude? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be. It's just like I'm not. This is how cults exist, because people just want to believe so bad that like. Or nobody teaches, like that's the thing, right? You don't want to be the person who's like, everyone needs to learn a hard lesson and be changed by hardness. It's like, obviously, you don't want horrible things to happen to people, but people need to be challenged, right? People need to be challenged to a degree to understand the perspective of what the world is, right? Even if we want to make the world a better place. That type of naivety always made me laugh, because it's just, like we said, or like I was saying before, remember how like just no awareness of where they are at all, right? They're not even existing in reality. They're like Steve at that point. That's why I'm making that reference. 'Cause it's just that's what Steve always reminds me of. Like he reminds me of Peter Pan, essentially. You know what I mean? Like I'm never getting out of Neverland. It's like, and I feel like the analogy to that, like obviously I don't know if you know this, but a lot of Disney movies have life analogies that are sometimes dark.
Yeah.
Like you can find like hidden messages. One of the ones about Peter Pan that a lot of people always use is like being addicted to drugs, right? Because when you're on it, you feel great, right? You're a kid. You feel like a kid, but it's fake. It's not real, right? So when you keep doing it and you're like, I have to stay here, there's negative consequences to that, right? There's analogies
Phase
there,
3,
right?
by the way, just about to start. This is important too.
Man,
I left everyone in zombie status intentionally whenever she was using Hellbite, she was hitting me with it, because now she has an instant death attack, and if you're not zombied or have death proof, which I don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, here's a Medusa head. Don't worry about it. She's about to hit me with Mega Death.
We've really entered Dark Souls now. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that tongue is just horrible.
So that's an instant kill if you're not zombified.
Where did the Medusa head go?
It's behind it. It's still there.
Oh, okay, I see it's behind her. So then she just sends the Reaper at you?
Yep.
Okay,
So-
like octopus, and okay, and there's skulls at the end of her tentacles. Okay, did NetherRealm make this boss? Holy Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
This thing looks rad. This is an awesome design.
It is really rad. So yeah, this was the first boss I had to look up a guide for because I didn't understand how
she's laying
zombie
on top
works.
of it too. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, she's just chilling up there.
She's just lazing. She's just HBKing on the.
Well, because like it started
this
with
is
just
good
her, right?
boss
And then like she had like these like the a bit of it coming out, and now she's like, oh, here we go. Also,
like it's one of the things that I like about some of their good enemy designs. It's like in this, it's almost like they couldn't decide if they would be more inspired by Greek or that type of culture. You know what I mean? The history or Japanese. So it's like this hybrid, and it's just like fucking rad. because of it. It has a uniqueness to it that I like because of that. That's one of the things I can't preach enough, by the way, about things. Like, there's nothing wrong with using inspiration, but you should use inspiration to build something of your own, right?
Yeah.
Like, use inspiration as a base to then build something, right? Because ultimately, when you're creating things like this, what people want to see most isn't necessarily something that's always amazing. We just want to see something that's unique, right? Something that reflects the artist.
Yeah.
That's usually especially with games, right? Can you imagine how dull it would be if every Dark Souls boss used the same design philosophy across every sequel, right? Like, you just gotta, you know, constantly be throwing things out in your brain. This game's done a good job of that. I think some of the art designers and stuff have definitely outdone this. It's some of my favorite in Final Fantasy, honestly.
Yeah, it's really good.
Way different than what I was expecting heading in, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why it's so shocking to me. Because, like, don't get me wrong, FF7 and 8 have bosses and stuff like that, but this is way more elaborate. There's way more elaborate designs here. Like, FF7 and 8 kind of faltered into this idea where, like, everything would be of types, you know what I mean? And then usually end bosses, like, sometimes they change and have state changes, but they'd usually just be creepy people that would have different states, you know what I mean? Like, she's a creepy person, but, like, this is, like, added. I remember people riding stuff and riding equipment and stuff like that, but not these weird, like, again, the Aeon concept gives them the ability to do some crazy stuff here, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't remember if Orin's zombified right now.
Keep in mind, the end boss of Final Fantasy VII is just Sephiroth. Like,
yeah. I think it's fine having your end boss be just a guy, like, if you've been doing these things all the way through, right? Like, I'm fine with that, because it's, like, as powerful as these things are, they've got nothing on, like, the guy himself.
I see, you're trying to set me up for the end boss being Seymour Phase 8.
Okay, to be fair, Seymour has only been a guy once.
Listen,
Seymour
he's
was
the S-named guy who we fought several times, just like with
Ryan,
Sephiroth.
hang
We
on.
fight like 30 times in that campaign.
Oh shit, okay. Orin's the only one who's gonna live through this.
Shit.
This is why I keep somebody in zombie state every time, right? Because, so yeah, if you don't have somebody in zombie fate, game's over. See ya.
Wow.
Good thing I can bring in Riku, who's also a zombie still, and she's gonna stay that way, to bring back Steve and Yuna.
Steve, get up. Steve.
Thank you.
Steve, it's your turn. You need to get up.
He's up now. Yeah, Riku is like the best.
Wait, I was gonna say wake up from your dream, Steve, but I guess that's not possible. You don't have a real life. It's like you just bully him about it. You're fake, kid. You push him through a locker. He just fades into it.
Get wrecked, son.
Oh fuck. Yeah, you can't even walk. Maybe you should learn to open a door. For real, son.
Yeah, suck. You're a dump man. Just like Gersman him.
You just unload on him. Oh, you're not a real boy. Yeah, man.
You're a dump man. You ain't shit. I'm gonna be so much more powerful than you.
I just, for some reason, I suddenly then looked at Steve and went, imagine if you took someone who was actually a dream like that and then put him and just like added this It's Always Sunny gang. It's like, oh man, they would just rip that person to shit.
Oh yeah.
They'd be doing tons of experiments. Oh man, that would be a good plot line.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
The gang gets a ghost. Done. Book it. Ghost is an analogy to that, right? Because it doesn't really exist.
Yeah, you just confused two people.
And you know how you'd book that? Listen, Charlie Day, I'm talking to you right now. You've already showed Sean William Scott in a great episode as Country Mac, and he dies. So just have Ghost Country Mac. Bring Sean William Scott back.
Oh my god, yes.
He's Ghost. Done. You can 100% make this happen, guys. This is a genius idea I just had here. Thank you, Final. See, anime, it always leads to the best inspiration. If it wasn't for this sick Medusa head, would I have ever discovered that awesome thing I want to see that I'll never see now? Damn it.
Nope.
Actually, you know what? It doesn't put it past me that I might see something like that in Sunny.
Oh, this is actually
there was
problematic.
That episode where Charlie was basically an up. You know what I mean? So
God damn it.
They're totally possible to do anything.
I'm stuck on RNG.
Anime.
Steve, stop dodging. Oh no, they're still zombies. We're good. Okay.
You're okay.
I can't do anything until one of them takes physical damage.
Shit, they got the stars. They're stunned.
Yeah, no, they're confused.
Oh wait, they don't get stunned. They don't get confused. They don't wake up from confusion until they take physical.
Right. This is physical though.
There you go. Don't kill them though.
No, it won't. Okay. No. These things do like no damage.
You're gonna get a worm back in the fight here. Spoilers, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen Sunny. Welcome to Paj-anime, where we spoil all anime.
Yeah.
Since everything is anime, everything's spoiled.
Yep.
Like meat in your fridge that's been there for too long. It's all spoiled.
Nailed it.
How long do you leave pizza before it's like...
So you think the pizza gets left
like in the
over,
fridge
Ryan?
before-
Come on.
Yeah, before you're like, nah, I have to throw this out.
It doesn't...
How like, what is your limit? Is
No,
what
I
I'm
eat
saying.
it all like that day, dude.
No, okay, but I'm saying, what is your limit for what you won't eat?
Oh,
like, it's bad.
like-
I won't take it. Like, obviously, you look at it, but I'm just saying, like, is there a date? Are you a date person? It's like, it's been a week, or what's like I'm
I
kind
feel
of...
like a week is too long, right? Like, oh shit.
I feel like after a week, I don't know. I think I've done like 8 days before. I'm like, that's fine. But usually, if I'm at past 5 days, I have to reheat it in the oven just to be safe. Because it's like, let's kill anything that's on there just in case. You know what I mean? Or microwave, obviously. Both those things do an adequate job of. Microwave's actually better apparently for killing.
Really? Oh yeah, I guess it's
leftover.
radiation.
The reason, the radiation is better at killing leftover food. Like the problem with the microwave that a lot of people don't realize this is you don't kill all nutrients, but it does. You're killing some of the nutrients out of the food.
Yeah.
Because it cooks it in such a way that it cooks it from the inside out, right? So
Yeah.
if I understand that correctly.
Don't kill them. Shit. Okay. Okay, first things first, because...
I remember reading up on that once and being like, what? It kills some of the nutrients, like, and then I saw people just hyperboling it to be like, oh, you should never heat it, you're gonna never get healthy. And you're like, it's not that many, obviously. It's just, you know, a fresh piece of thing versus a non-fresh, right, is always gonna, you know, the fresh thing is more nutrient heavy. That's just logic. It's more alive. Remember, our food is living to begin with, most of it. Unless you're talking eating grain. No, grains is a crop. That's living. It's less nutrient with that, the longer it's been pulled out of the ground.
Yep.
Because we killed it when we pulled it out of the ground.
Okay,
so it came out of the ground screaming. Like Steve. Did Steve come out of the mine screaming? Is that how he was born?
Absolutely.
Because he's a dream, right? So I'm never gonna... Dude, he's a dream. You have to lean into it.
I'm gonna stab you.
I feel like they just dropped... By the way, they dropped that like at like the 60 or 70% point of the story, and they're like, here you go, he's a dream. Thanks. And then they just moved on. Like, then they're like, well, about Yuna. We haven't acknowledged that again.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. Or maybe this is just going to end with him like John Cusacking away. He'll just literally fade into nothingness, and then it'll be unexplained. Anime. I don't know. Either of those things could happen. It could either be a campy scene where like it's all emotional and you get some, oh Jesus. Steve could just die right
Well, no,
here
because
now.
he wasn't a zombie.
The journey ends here. The whole party's dead, Kyle. Sometimes, have you ever seen that mechanic? I've seen it in some JRPGs where if you have one party leader, that's the character that you play as, and like your other party members, you still get to select their abilities and stuff, but if they ever kill the party leader,
Yeah,
it's over.
it's over.
Game
Yep.
ends.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Many times.
See, I think we talked about this before, but
Persona
I think
5 was like
JRPGs
that.
I think Fire Emblem. I know we talked about this before because Fire Emblem does this, but they need to XCOM it more, where like
Permadeath?
character dies, whatever. You just keep going with that character's no longer in the story, and then each character has like unique dialogue and stuff. So it's just like fuck it.
Yeah.
If you lose characters, you lose aspects to the story. So then replaying it and trying to keep certain characters alive has actual merit.
Yeah, absolutely. Overcoming the past. I got a trophy.
Hey, you got a trophy. We beat her. She wasn't too bad.
No, it's because I knew what to do.
She had a couple of your characters down, but it seems like a lot of these.
It's
later
also
bosses,
impossible to not.
You're gonna have. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to take Phoenix. You're gonna have to use some Phoenix downs on them. That just seems to be the way they're designed.
Yeah. Well, especially that one. Like, she literally has an instant death ability, so I have to choose between either being unable to heal myself if I'm in a zombie state and not dying to instant death, or able to heal myself and being subject to instant death. So I have to keep a mixture of those in order to be effective,
I die,
right?
So does the final Aeon.
Okay.
And with it, Spira's only hope.
I thought she was the final.
No,
Aeon.
she turns
find Spira
people into
anew.
the final Aeon. She turned Eject into the final Aeon.
Right.
There is no other way. Even if there was, even if you did destroy sin, you, Yevon, the Immortal, would only create sin anew.
You, Yevon?
What? Lolly Lulu, no?
Yeah, pretty much.
Forgive me. Spira has been robbed of the light of hope. All that remains is sorrow.
Okay, Dark Jedi.
I couldn't win this fight against these people.
needed more midichlorians.
Maybe I shouldn't have sent them on every place to get all the skills that they needed.
Now you will never be one with the Force. I mean, the Faith.
They're different things, I promise.
They are.
I cannot believe.
Totally
what
different.
we
Hey,
just
for all
did.
we know, the Force involves all living
Let's do something
things.
more
So
unbelievable.
Orgy!
this just involves the living things of the things that are attached to the
Destroy sin.
thing.
So
Sorry.
it won't come back. And without the final Aeon.
That was really stupid.
Yeah, that'll do it. See ya. You're gonna do it on your own, Steve. Just jump
I don't
into
know how
the
just yet.
nothingness.
But I'll find out.
I'll think of something. That's just another way of saying I'll think of something. Fuck you, Steve. Let's go down the staircase.
I kind of wouldn't mind seeing just like
I'm gonna make sure real quick that...
stories like this retold, if you will, but just like changing it so that like something crazy Deus Ex Machina style happens to fix it, so that the story can be about something different entirely. It's just like in this game, it's just like, hey,
Yeah, like
you know what?
Tony
Sin's
Stark
such a big
just
deal. It's
shows
like screw
up
this.
and-
You guys, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like Thor just shows up and wrecks Sin, and it's like, see ya, bye. That's the open. And then they're just like, now we can deal with actually spending time in this world, so we can find out what's interesting. Because the Sin stuff is just so.
Well, we could find out what happens in Final Fantasy X too, Ryan.
That's right. You're right. I'm just looking forward to it.
Are you?
I have a feeling that after I've witnessed
There's
it, my
something
life
you
will be
should
a little
know.
spicier.
Yeah. Oh, Orin.
I know.
One might
about
even
you,
say that
right?
it would have spiced up my
I
life.
am also an unsent.
Shit, Ryan!
You were not surprised.
I think I kind of knew.
Orin's been dead the whole time.
It was you and Aleska, wasn't it?
When
You know, when you have too many of these gotcha moments, none of them matter. Anyway,
Well, this one they really heavily alluded to, right? Like when,
I came back here.
yeah, Unalesca
All
killed
of
him the
them.
first time.
allude to it. They've been gotcha
Please let
moments
me
to the
down.
degree of gotcha.
Somehow I made
Although
my
there was like
way,
an advertisement
crawling
on this
down
on the
Mount
way, but hey,
Gazette. But my strength left me, just outside Bavel. That's where Kamari found me.
okay.
I told him about Yuna, just before I died. I've been wandering ever since, never going to the far plane.
Aaron.
Don't make that face. Being dead has its advantages.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was able to ride Sin and go to your Xanarkand.
And you've been watching over me since then, haven't you? Why? What's the big idea? Why me?
It is one of those things that is difficult to explain.
You're actually
Very
my
well.
fucking
I
son.
will show you.
Except not really. When I died, the dream I had of who my son would be
memories.
was you.
This recap
So
is going to be a
then you were
fucking nightmare
created
for
in
you, by the way.
Xanarkand, and then the dream thing happened, and now, oh, see ya.
This recap next time is going to be a fucking nightmare for
Can I ask
you.
you one last favor?
Why?
Because there's so much shit happens.
Ah, never mind.
Oh, we get Jack's
Did
theme
something
again.
else.
Okay, listen good. Take care of
Oh, the
my
remix
son.
is good.
My son in Xanarkand. He's such a crybaby. He needs someone there to hold his hand, see? Take care of him, will you?
That'll endear
But
Steve
how
to
am I
us.
supposed to go to Xanarkand?
Hey, you said it yourself. There must be a way to get there, right? You'll find it.
All right. I will. I give you my word. I'll take care of your son. I'll guard him with my life.
Which I won't have when I do it.
Thanks, Orin. You were always
God, yeah.
such
Really, I'm doing a
star-
real
Guard
shit
with
job,
my
Chuck.
dad.
That's what I liked about you.
I'm putting zero effort into it.
That is why.
Yeah. So yeah, they did kind of make it pretty obvious.
I made a brother-to-brother pact with your father to guard you.
Yeah, they made it pretty obvious a couple
So
times throughout the
even though
game.
I'm dead, I don't got nothing better to do.
Yeah. Like
Or on.
if you remember, like when we met Rin for the first time, he was like, "Well, you were near death when I saw you, and then you were up sprying about the next
Indeed.
day." And it's like, okay, so he died during that night. And remember when we were trying to send Jiskel at the far plane? Well, one, Orin didn't want to go inside, but two, we sent Jiskel, and Orin was like holding himself back, like he was also getting some residual sending, and he had to like stop himself from getting sent. And then, yeah, obviously, like, he's got a pretty fucked up scar, and his whole arm doesn't work because his body is fucked. So, yeah.
He is dead.
He is dead.
But not really.
I mean, he's... Yeah. Yes, he is.
He's not dead.
Next time...
No, actually. He's a Force Ghost, but more powerful, because Force Ghosts, at least up until now, or I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Force Ghosts can't interact, right? They can't, like, fight you.
But dreams and dead people in this game can.
But then Luke did the thing, though, so could you then do that as a Force Ghost?
Well, Luke did the thing before he died. He like, Force Ghosted himself
Yeah,
afterwards.
but that's the thing. Could he do that after? Could Obi-Wan
I don't know. Yoda cast
right?
lightning when he was... after he was dead.
What? After he was dead?
Yeah, remember in Last Jedi, he fucking lights the...
Oh, that Jesus! I almost forget Yoda was in Last Jedi with the tree.
Yeah,
okay.
he fucking lights the library on fire.
That was some weird shit in that movie.
So that's a thing he can do.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's the same thing, but it seems like dead isn't really dead in this because they can interact.
Dead and dreams can both interact unless you've been sent. Once you've been sent, you're out. You're stuck in the far plane. That's it.
Dead and dreams. So Yuna's the only. Okay, who isn't?
Here, I'll give you the screen of people.
Maybe the reason the whole plot's about Yuna is because nobody else actually exists.
Well, so far...
That's what I'm saying, dog.
So far, we can knock out these top two. These top two aren't there. We don't know about
realistically
Riku,
speaking,
Kamari,
they're not
Waka,
really
Yuna,
like basically if there was a gotcha reveal that said Steve and Orin have never been there this entire time, they could reasonably get away with that based on the information they provided us up to this point.
I mean, sort of, except that the way I've been playing it, that means that fucking Riku and Yuna have been doing all the fighting by themselves, because Steve and Orin have basically been carrying this team.
But that would make perfect sense because, listen, I'm sitting here wondering where everyone else is if the Yuna and Riku are pop stars, but no one else is around. Maybe because no one fucking else is here.
I didn't say no one else was around. I never said no one else was around, just so that we're clear.
Their phantoms have been around or something. Or like, oh no, we're Faith attached to the wall, giving her the memories.
They could also still be in the game, dude.
Man.
I love how fucking anime. We'll see how much of that you're right about and how much of it you're wrong about next time.